Hello, my name is Stephan Vomacka. I am a blogger and an illustrator for the blog Strong From Our Very Weakness. I first learned that I had misophonia one night after having dinner with my family. It was crunchy, I couldn't deal with it. So I excused myself from the table, ran to my room, and Google's I can't stand the sound of people chewing. What came up was the Misophonia Association, all this information on this disorder that I apparently had. And so that's how I first found out about it, just a Google search. I first got diagnosed in Aurora, Colorado by a man named Dr. Gardner. He was not helpful at all. Thank you, Dr. Gardner. You know, made me promises to cure me and stuff like that he couldn't follow through with. So after that, I went to a doctor named Dr. Patty Kalmbach. She is in Denver, Colorado. She got me diagnosed. She did a couple of hearing tests and stuff to just rule out, you know, hyperacusis and tendinitis and stuff like that. And yeah, after that, she's like, hey, yeah, you got misophonia. So I was like, great. Yeah, so I've been diagnosed ever since. I've done a couple treatments for misophonia. The first one was these hearing aids that made chime noises. Was supposed to calm my brain down while I was listening to different trigger sounds, and it didn't really work that much. So I stopped going to Dr. Gardner, went to Patty Kalmbach, and she got me fitted with some hearing aids that made white noise instead, that kind of covered up noises instead of trying to train my brain to not react to them. And so that worked for a while, combined with anti-anxiety medication. So that worked for several years until I went to university, and then it didn't work. I did EMDR therapy with Dee Woodman in Colorado, and it's this trauma therapy that they do with people who have been through trauma and have PTSD. And that worked for a while, again, until it didn't. It's nice that things work for a little bit. It just is kind of frustrating when things work for like a year or two and then they don't work anymore. The last thing I did was with Tom Dozier of the Misophonia Research Institute. He and I met a few times over video calls, and he taught me how to do progressive muscle relaxation techniques, which you can find at the Misophonia Research Institute's website, that were actually really helpful. That's probably been one of the things that I have found the most helpful in helping with my misophonia, is just learning to scan my own body and figure out where I'm feeling tension and learn how to relax that. That's what I'm currently finding is helping the most for me, other than just leaving the situation. I live with misophonia by mostly avoiding triggering situations and by letting people around me know what's going on with me. It, just kind of makes things easier for everybody involved when they know what's wrong with you and they don't think you're just acting crazy. I am married to a woman who also has misophonia. We live together just by being aware of each other, really working not to trigger each other, which works pretty well. Like she triggers me sometimes, I trigger her sometimes, but we never take it personally because we know that, the other person being triggered by us doesn't have anything to do with us. It's the noises we are making, which is separate from us. Another thing you can do is leave a triggering situation. It's really not helpful. I learned from Tom Dozier to stay in a situation where you're being triggered, because that just sets you up for gaining new triggers. What I have found with misophonia is honesty is the best policy. And the more people know about what's up with you, the more that other people can help you, or it just kind of works out better. I know that it's really, really hard to live with misophonia. It's very stressful and it's not a fun thing. My best advice to you with your misophonia is, if you're not happy with your current situation, do whatever you can to change it. Step up and advocate for yourself. Self-advocacy, I have found, has been the most effective in helping me deal with my misophonia. Another thing, be as knowledgeable about your condition as you can. The more that you know about it, the more educated you're going to sound when other people ask you questions about it. If someone has questions and you already know the answers to it, it makes you sound less like you're making something up, because let's be honest, sometimes it really does sound like we're just making this up to be difficult, and we're not. We're really not. We just have something fundamentally wrong with our brains. If you guys are interested, check out my blog, Strong From Our Very Weakness, powertotheoctopus.tumblr.com. I do lots of illustrations, and I blog about my experiences, and I'm by no means a professional, and I don't know why they asked me to do this video, but here I am giving advice, and I just hope that some of you find this helpful. Just really, really hope you guys are doing well. So, love you guys. Stay brave out there. Visit my blog. Yeah, bye.